Jon Danzig, I was interested in the evolutionary process of depression and whether actually it's a necessity to some extent, and whether really we're raising false expectations to think that happiness is the solution. It's surely unnatural to be happy all the time, but in our society sometimes people are expected to be happy all the time. Happiness is just one of the orchestra of emotions that we have at our disposal, and if we want to change the world, as maybe Alastair Campbell has wanted to change the world, maybe it's normal to feel depressed sometimes because the world is very depressing. And rather than, you touched upon it, rather than us needing CBT, maybe the world does need CBT, and that we're normal, the depressed are normal. And finally, wouldn't you say that if we didn't have depressed people, we'd lose out on a whole wealth of art that we would never have had, because depression helped to produce it?
I completely agree with your analysis, by the way, about unhappiness. I think to know happiness, you have to know unhappiness. And happiness isn't about moments, it's a kind of lifetime. I've got this rather dark theory that we don't actually know if we've led a happy life until just before the end. And I think that's a kind of non-religious way of sort of keeping yourself vaguely on a sort of straight and narrow. But I think it's not all about, I think people think happiness, and this is one of the problems we've got. I talked about the wealth and health thing. But if we think that fame makes us happy, or we think that drugs make us happy, we think that being at the top of a pile makes us happy, there's so much evidence that that is not the case. What makes us happy over time is a sense of fulfillment, relationships which endure, experiences which are important. And I think if we hang on to that, there's a chance that we will lead happy lives with a lot of unhappiness on the way.